Welcome to All About TRH, aka All About the Truth. On today's episode, we dive into both the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Miami Part 1 reunion. Hey, Chantel.
Hey, Roxanne.
Happy Thursday.
Yes, happy day after the 2 reunions.
Yeah,
which
I
was
know.
a lot.
Well, before we talk about that, though, we need to kind of just real quickly touch on the Dan Giesling interview. If you have not listened to it, listen to it, because I thought that was probably one of my favorite interviews that we done, where I was like into it.
It was so funny because I was like, he's so, and I think this is probably why he won Big Brother or like as good at these games, because like when we were interviewing him, he was so charming, and he's like the way he talks and the way he looks at you. I'm like, okay, damn,
Chantel got off of it. She's like, I kind of have a crush on him. I was like, what?
Which is, it's easy with me. I have a crush on everyone, but
yeah.
It was just,
he really was. The Midwest guys are just different. Some of them, like, I just feel like they're really family men, and they're all about, like, he just talks well what we like the whole like building relationships and connecting.
Yeah.
Like, he's just super self-aware.
And the way he would say our names, like, let me ask you, Roxanne. And I'm like, oh, okay.
He's like, Chantel. Everyone says Chantel for some reason. It's so funny.
It really is Chantel, but like, I mean, I don't really ever care. I never crack people. But if people ask me, they're like, what is it really, Chantel or Chantel?
Yeah.
Like, Chantel.
It was just really good. And like, even when we asked him about the hotel, because again, you guys, the traders sleep in a hotel, the way he's quick with it, and you're like, ooh, this guy,
Tickle my pickle. I'm just
yeah, right. Tickle your pickle. So yeah. So I don't know. Please go listen to it, because I swear it was a really good interview. We are actually interviewing Kim D on Monday or next week, sometime next week. I don't know for sure. So that should also be, you guys like love when we have Kim D on and when we do stuff with Kim D. So we have her next week. But I'm at that stage, Chantel, in my pregnancy where I'm tired.
Yeah, I feel
I'm
you.
tired.
I feel bad for you.
Yeah, I am.
This is a stage where, like, I think God intended where, like, you guys get insomnia so that you guys get used to waking up with the baby.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'm tired throughout the day, and then right when I like go to bed, I can't fall asleep, and I'm like, what is happening? So
I think you might have your baby early.
Yeah, I think I am. So I'm 34 weeks right now, and my last day of work is the 15th of March. Like, I cannot wait. I just cannot wait. And because I haven't done anything for this baby, not one little thing. So I need that, but I think I am having like a little bit of a complication. Nothing, but so I'm probably going to, I think, go at 38 weeks. We'll see. Watch me be at like 42.
No, there's no way. They would never let you go that long as your 4th.
Yeah. So and honestly, I'm kind of glad, because Chantel, I want to have this baby at least like a few weeks before New Jersey starts. And I think New Jersey is really going to start in the beginning of May for sure now. So I'm like, okay, at least like the baby would have been here for a couple of weeks,
Addie. Ladies, did you know that one of the most common complaints from women about their sexual health is a frustrating low libido? Our sex drive can decline, but it's also treatable. Addie or flibanserin is FDA approved and has been clinically proven to increase sexual desire in certain premenopausal women who are bothered by a low libido. So if you feel like you've lost your desire and want to get it back, stop falling for the snake oils and ask your doctor about Addie today, or go to Addie.com. That's ADDYI.com.
Addie is for premenopausal women with acquired generalized hypoactive sexual desire disorder, HSDD, who have not had problems with low sexual desire in the past, who have low sexual desire no matter the type of sexual activity, the situation, or the sexual partner. The low sexual desire is troubling to them and is not due to a medical or mental health problem, problems in the relationship, or medicine or other drug use. Addie is not for use in men or to enhance sexual performance. Your risk of severe low blood pressure and fainting is increased if you drink 1 to 2 standard alcoholic drinks close in time to your Addie dose. Wait at least 2 hours after drinking before taking Addie at bedtime. Your risk of severe low blood pressure and fainting is also increased if you take certain prescriptions, over-the-counter or herbal medication medications, or have liver problems. Low blood pressure and fainting can happen when you take Addyi, even if you don't drink alcohol or take other medicines. Do not take if you are allergic to any of the ingredients in Addyi. Allergic reactions may include hives, itching or trouble breathing. Sleepiness, sometimes serious, can occur. Common side effects include dizziness, nausea, tiredness, difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, and dry mouth. See full PI and medication guide, including box warning at addyi.com/PI, or call 844-PINK-PILL.
Ask your doctor about Addyi today or go to addyi.com. That's ADDYI.com.
I'm
I
so
feel like that's
excited.
helpful.
I'm just
Okay.
excited for you to have your baby.
I'm sure. Every day when I'm on the phone with Chantel, she's like, "I just don't know how you're gonna do it with a fourth. I just don't know how you're gonna do it with the fourth." Anytime.
Because you guys, I see, like, I mean, you guys see it too sometimes. Like, I mean, we're on our Patreon, like, you'll see like 3 of the kids walk in and like the one's crying, and I'm just like, oh my Lanta.
Those little cuties, yeah. But let's talk. So yeah, yesterday was a day of reunions, and I loved it. I watched live, so I literally sat through the commercials. Did you or no?
I mean, did you not see our Instagram post?
Oh, you did. I was very proud of Chantel because she actually posted a story. So congrats to Chantel. She actually posted a story on Instagram. It was nice.
This little
And I
thing.
just,
But I
yeah.
actually watched Miami live, and I didn't watch Beverly Hills live because I was like doing something around the house. But I was just like, wow, this is so good. And then my husband was
Ooh,
making food, and like, he kind of like he was more interested because like Larsa and Mark, the whole Marcus thing, and like you could just tell like you guys, he never watches when I'm watching, like he just does not care for it. But then he just kept looking up while he's chopping, and I'm like, oh, he's getting into it. He's kind of liking it, like,
yeah, of
so
course.
it was, I mean, Miami, I think, blew out Beverly Hills out the water, but both were actually very, very, very good.
Well, I am very invested in the Kyle Morgan stuff, so I'm like waiting for that. So
Were you
it's
shocked
gonna
that
be
they said that Beverly Hills was gonna be a 3-part reunion? I was kind of shocked by that. Like, not that much happened this season for it to be a 3-part reunion.
super shocking, to be honest. It really was.
Well, which one do you want to talk about first so we can do our reunion awards?
Oh, let's go with Beverly Hills. Yeah, let's just start with
Okay.
Beverly Hills.
Okay, so who did you think looked the best?
I really thought Sutton looked very good, and I thought
Wow.
Kyle looked amazing.
Yeah, I think Kyle looked amazing. And I actually think Anna Marie looked really great.
Anne Marie.
Oh, I thought she just told us Anna this time.
No, it was Anne Marie.
Oh, okay, so Anne Marie. So yeah,
Yeah,
I thought Anne Marie actually looked really great. Like, I loved her hair.
I
I even liked her
agree.
dress. She looked really pretty.
Crystal is a no, but everything of Crystal will always be a no for me. Garcelle and Erica, I didn't care for.
I felt like no one, like, there was not one person that I can say like, oh my god, that was horrible. But I was underwhelmed by a lot of them, but not to
Yeah.
the point where I'm like, oh, like, why would you do that? But I was underwhelmed.
What do we think about Dorit?
I loved it. I love her looks.
Yeah,
I think she looked
she
great.
delivers.
Yeah, she'll like see, like, she's not a person that, like, we always do the one like they tried too hard and it didn't land. Like, she lands. So
Would I ever wear it? No. Would I
yeah,
ever do that? No, but
I
she
would.
looks good. I do think, yeah, you totally would. I do think Kyle, like her dress, her hair, and I really like that color on Sutton. So, are we missing someone or no?
Garcelle, but Garcelle again was
No,
underwhelming. Like, it's
I
just,
said Garcelle and Erica were just,
oh
I don't
yeah,
like.
yeah,
I don't like the sequin stuff. I don't like
same. It
that.
it could come off cheap and like just like ugh.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
their
and
set was beautiful.
their set was beautiful. I do believe Garcelle has the worst style that I've ever seen. One of the worst styles in Housewives. Like every time she wears things, like I never like it.
And it's weird because she has like a glam team. She has like a full on entourage with her, like a glam, sure, stylist. So it's like,
But it's what she
like, I
likes.
know. Yeah, it's like, what are you guys going for over there?
I don't even know what Crystal wore. That's how much I didn't pay attention to her. But
She
I think
wore
she had sequins
sequencing.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she wore
see,
sequencing
I'm
too.
not into that. That's why.
I think with Crystal, she's not that she's so insecure, but like she just sticks with what she knows, and so she'll always will do her hair the same. She always kind of wears the same things. Like, she's never adventurous with her style.
Which
So it's
that's
like,
me. So I don't
yeah,
know why
so
I'm
it's like
talking
you
shit.
always just look the same.
Yeah, that's totally me. Like I'll just at every party my hair is like down and straight and I'm like, well, if that's what makes me feel the best, then that's what I'm gonna do. Like even for my wedding, I wish I just did that.
Yeah, no, that's no, not like that for your
Yeah.
wedding.
So it's crazy because Anne Marie starts off the reunion and she's like, "First reunion," and I'm like, "Yeah, first and last, Mama, first and
Oh my
last."
god. But you know what? I kind of like I kind of
Like
felt
her
bad
better
for
this
her.
me too, especially the
Okay.
mom thing.
I know, like, and it is really hard. I mean, she went in really hard, so it's like you're gonna get that feedback back. But we just people destroyed her, and we were one of them. But
We sure
um,
were.
well, we didn't really destroy her like personally, but like we talked a lot of mad shit, which probably makes people want to go and
Yeah.
destroy her.
Did
But she
you
just
Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead. No, no, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, did you see that All About TRH was featured in article?
Yes, I
That
did.
was
Great
right
job,
in the
ladies.
beginning. Yeah. So, and this is why it was. So Kyle, there was like a segment in the beginning where Kyle, she said she really trusts Erica, and she was basically throwing shade at Dorit. And Dorit says, and it was about the what was that word, Chantal? I'm scared to say it.
Eviscerated.
Yeah, and she defended Erica for saying that, which was weird. And they were talking about how it made headlines, and then we popped up, and I was like, "Yay!" Laura wrote that story, yeah, so that was exciting. But yeah, when Kyle was saying how she trusts Erica, it was almost throwing shade at Dorit. I felt.
Yeah, I was very uneasy in the first segment of this reunion when like this whole Dorit, Kyle, Erica, the manipulations, the attacks, like it was a lot. It was a lot. And you know what? I agree with Dorit with that the text. Like the text was definitely manipulative. Like why would you send me a text a couple days before knowing we're about to film a reunion and we haven't talked? Like you're literally trying to do that because you don't want me to go ham on you.
Yeah, 100%. And Dorit says that she's really upset with Kyle because she feels Kyle did say, that Dorit exaggerated their friendship. And they were really close. So Kyle's actually downplaying the F out of this. And I don't know why she's doing that.
But you know what? I also think she was good. Dorit held her own for sure. But it was also good that we're like Kyle's like, listen, like I still love you. You're still a very important person to me. But she was just trying to like probably let everyone know that like when do we actually hang out outside of filming? Are we really that close? Like, are we like right now? Like her and Teddy are friends that met on the show, or maybe before when they still hang out when the show wasn't airing. And I think she was trying to make it to Dorit, like, we aren't that close, like the way you're making it seem like we're best friends, and that like because I gained somebody new that you were the first one to leave in my court. It's like we weren't that close.
Kyle says what pissed her off was that Dorit would ask about her marriage on camera and what she said about Morgan taking her place. I don't think Dorit did anything wrong. Kyle's upset about the Morgan stuff, but just like Dorit said, this Morgan stuff has been all over the media. Morgan literally wrote a song talking about meeting a Beverly Hills hottie. So Dorit asking about this or saying stuff in her confessionals, I get it, but it is on the media every single day. There's a picture of you two. There's speculation about you two. Even if Dorit didn't say anything, we're all thinking what Dorit was saying.
Oh, 100%. That's what I'm saying. When I felt like Dorit was held her own, she was like staying true to it. And you know what? Maybe she shouldn't have brought up the whole Mauricio and Kyle thing, but Kyle could have said to her, "Hey, like before we film, like don't bring up anything with my husband."
Yeah, but exactly. And it was clear that at this point, they're not even close
Yeah,
because Kyle
exactly.
never felt the need to tell her that. So it's like, how would I know if we're really not talking?
And we felt that. We've been saying that. I think even like the first or second episode of the season, we were like, dude, that there's something off with their friendship.
Dorit to me seemed to value Kyle's friendship more. She seems really, to me at least, more affected by the friendship failing. So, and it's also, she made a good point. She's like, I haven't heard from you for months, and then you text me one day before the reunion. I would also feel the same type of way as Dorit.
Yeah, because Kyle literally tells her, "Don't say anything. We'll talk about it or something." Like, don't. And it's like, what?
Why'd you
What?
wait till now?
Yeah, like, what are you afraid of?
We also get a flashback of all that Dorit and Garcelle have gone through and just the tension. Dorit took the Garcelle comment about her not trusting her with her kids too far because at the end of the day, Kyle and Dorit did laugh at her son.
Yeah.
So if you laughed at my kids behind my back and I am watching that play out after seeing how inappropriate it was, no matter what, I would never trust you with my kids because I am so sensitive about my kids. And there's just a unspoken rule. You don't ever act like that towards kids, period. So to like laugh and think it's funny just because it's not your kid, I am 100% Team Garcelle here. And I don't know why Dorit was reaching and making this like, she was so offended that Garcelle would say that because I guarantee Dorit would feel the same way.
I think it's because, yeah, 100% she would, and I think it's because she's trying to say, like, "We're all moms, like, you really won't trust us? You really wouldn't
Yeah, I
trust
wouldn't
us?" You
trust you.
know?
I really wouldn't. I really would not trust you. I'd be like, don't ever. We're all moms. Like, you're your mom to your own children. With my children, I saw how you acted. So, but Garcelle, she stands by getting upset over Dorit using the term attack, comparing it to when Dorit got attacked in a robbery. She's comparing it to something very extreme and is saying that is why she got so upset about the word. I don't believe that was Dorit's intent when using the word, but I believe she has to take how Garcelle feels if she cares about her friendship. You know, just take it in and say, now I know that that's how you feel. It's a learning process and not necessarily defend it.
Yeah, Garcelle even says that, like, throughout the show, like, I know that that wasn't her intention, but she's like, she basically is like saying, like, she just like more or less, so she's calling her ignorant and saying she's like is in her
Yeah.
bubble. So it's like, I mean, there is another thing too that we will get into more with the whole like child bride situation that
Yeah,
Dorit said,
that's
and like,
later.
yeah, but like she kind of is in her own bubble.
Uh, okay, well, I disagree about that part, but I will say that I don't think Dorit is a Karen, though. I just
Oh
think Dorit is
no,
self-centered.
yeah,
She's just about herself, so that's what it is. Anne Marie chimes in and says she was weaponized as a black woman from Sutton, where Sutton kept saying that Anne Marie was yelling at her when she wasn't, and Garcelle just stayed quiet, while Dorit was actually the one who backed her up and stepped in and told Sutton that Anne Marie's not yelling, so stop saying she's yelling. What did you think about that?
I mean, I thought it was ballsy of Anne Marie to come out and like try to go up against Garcelle because like she's like, listen, we're two black women, like what's the difference here, But I'm sure Garcelle's like, okay, you can
Well, Garcelle
Garcelle,
said you handled your own. You
yeah,
were so,
yeah.
but
I think the situation was a little bit different though. Still, I think like yelling and the word attack is still two different words, but
but at the flashback, I don't look at Anne Marie as yelling.
oh yeah, for
That's her
sure,
voice. Just like
yeah.
me, my voice is loud
It's so funny because like I'm literally so used to getting told why are you yelling, so like it's such a trigger
all
word
the
for me.
time.
Yeah, because I'm not yelling, and then that's what makes me end up yelling. So I
Yeah.
just get triggered by that whole thing. So, but I was
Yeah,
like, this is good for you,
we've
Avery.
always been told that, why are you yelling? Why you're like, and I'm like, calm down. Like, this is my voice. Bye.
Literally.
you know?
You want to
Uh
hear yelling?
yeah. Um, but so they talk about the whole love bubble thing, and they were like, or the bubble, and Dorit about her posting on social media. And at that point, Dorit was wrong. Like, don't post this stuff in social media. Like, I would have just, and I would have been like, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have posted the bubble stuff and entertained it. And I think that's where Garcelle has a problem. It's like you double down on things because I told you this upset me, and then you go and you like throw something out on social media to enable like reactions.
Yeah, or you try to land on something and it didn't. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay.
Dorit asked Garcelle if she wants to have a friendship. Garcelle's not sure. These two are not made to be friends, and they'll never be
No.
friends
I
outside of the
think I
show.
think they just need to be Garcelle needs to be more honest. Like she's trying to be, but she doesn't want to hurt her feelings, it feels like. And it just needs to say, you know what? No, I think like we can, coexist in these shows and have a good time when we're on these trips, but me and you are never gonna be friends.
Exactly. But back to Anne Marie, that was really sad about her mother's passing. I had no idea. Health is so scary. Her mom was coughing and then she finds a tumor. And I was like, that is just life is short, you guys. That is the scariest thing ever. And the fact that we didn't
Yeah.
even know she was going through that, I feel really, really bad. That's her mom. I don't know why I felt like the girls could have. I don't know. There was a part where Anne Marie starts crying and Kyle's like, "Oh, a Kleenex," and I'm like, "It's her. Yeah, that's her mom. Like, give her the
I
damn
know.
Kleenex." I don't know. I just felt like there could have been more support towards her. That's her damn mother. I don't know. Anne Marie is really struggling though with the criticism that she's received from the show. And yeah, I mean, she's not very liked. And all the ladies kind of were like, yeah, this is how it goes. But I feel like Anne Marie has gotten
Yeah, all the ladies are saying that after like 7 seasons in, and then like they've
right.
been through it and they're still making more money, and it's like her first season, so it's like you have to give a little
She got it
grace.
bad, but I knew
Yeah,
she
and she
kinda
got it
deserved it.
bad. Like I said,
Yeah.
most people's first seasons are like, they either like you or they just forget about you. But people
Yeah.
didn't hated her.
Yeah. Who bothers you more, Crystal or Anne Marie?
I'm Crystal all day.
Yeah. Why? I don't know.
She
They bring
really
Me
she's
too.
doing better with her words and like speaking up, but oh my gosh.
Crystal will never be friends with any of these ladies when she leaves the show, period.
100%.
They bring up the esophagus and Anne Marie apologizes, which I'm glad. You can tell she watched back mortified by how annoying she came across. I believe, by the way, and then they start talking about Crystal and the uneducated thing. If she actually did say that about the other ladies, I 100 million% believe Crystal did call the ladies uneducated. And I was happy Anne Marie called Crystal out. Dorit saying that she was upset about that uneducated comment because she's the only one who graduated college. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Like it's like Doree. It has nothing to do
Oh,
with that.
and first off, you're wrong. You aren't the only one who graduated college. But okay, a lot of these women are successful and they didn't graduate college. So it's like, why even go there?
Yeah, college does not mean you're an educated person.
Right. Not at all. So clearly, Dorit. So we are seeing that. So I just thought that was the dumbest thing ever. Crystal is the type of friend who you literally have to watch what you say or do too, by the way. I would be on eggshells. I would just be worried all the time if she's going to get upset with what I'm saying as a friend. And I hate those type of friends. And I'll never forget what she did to Sutton. So I don't take her seriously because, they talk about the child bride thing and just, they reiterate what she said where, what did Dorit say? She said, she was like a child bride who got married
Yeah.
at 12. I too say someone is 12, even if they're 30 or if they're 25. I'll be like, they're like 12 years old.
And I remember laughing at this when we first saw it, but then I didn't. Maybe because I'm in a bubble, like I didn't realize they were trying, what she was. Now that because she's Asian, what she was trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, listen, and our great grandma got married at 13, and
Yeah,
we like clown on it. I mean, 13 and 24 is different, but even Chantal and I talk about all the time people who get married so young. You're so young, and I don't know. I mean, I guess like it's a thing.
it's more
I
that
didn't
she
view
got
it as
married
that.
young, but he was older. It's not like that.
Yeah.
It was 24 and 24, and they're getting married. It's like she's 24, and isn't he like 35 or something, even 40? Like who
No.
knows?
Some people are like, "Oh, Crystal ate with her, and I made $100 million," and I'm just like, "Okay, you just sit down,
I know.
dude. Just
Everyone
sit
was like so proud of her,
down."
and I'm like, I rolled my eyes at her.
I did too. You guys, I'm sorry. We're not in the Crystal train right now. So, yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything else to say about that child bride stuff?
No.
Yeah, no. Anyways, we don't want to upset anyone because someone's going to be like, that's actually really offensive that you
No,
say that.
I can see that too. Like the way that they perceived it and took it, and then said it. Like I'm like, oh yeah, shit.
Yeah. So we watch Kyle's journey and see the separation regarding Dorit and Kyle. And Kyle is upset that Dorit wasn't backing her more when it came to Kathy, even though Dorit has a separate friendship with Kathy. Then Dorit does something, Chantal, and I hate when people do this. She kind of brings up how she's like, well, listen, I did agree with you when you would tell me things about Kathy that happened with you two in the past. And you could tell Kyle's looking at Dorit like, shut the hell up. You're bringing up stuff I told you in confidence. And I hate people like that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Seriously.
I'm watching Love is Blind. I'm sure everyone in the world is watching Love is Blind. And I just watched the episode last night where Jimmy tells Chelsea about, he like slept with his like best girlfriend, but he told her off camera. And then she brings it up on camera. And he's like, I told you that off camera on purpose. That type of stuff does irk me. And I think that's Dorit's whole point, or Kyle's whole point. Okay, you're now again going to bring up something that I told you on camera to like plead my case against my sister who I'm good with. And I
Yeah.
don't want to go there.
Yep. And like we just know it's such a sense. Like her sisters are just such a sensitive thing to her
Yeah.
that like like if I was friends with Kyle, I would just like would not even like
Bring
try
up
to
the
be cool with
sisters.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows like Kathy, and if you watch Paris in Love, like Kathy is very intense, so it's not even worth it.
And it's harder because it's a big roller coaster. It's like when you're not cool with them, but then you are cool with them. Then you're not cool with them, and then you are cool with them. And then it's like, where am I supposed to be? That's how you always did remain neutral. But
Yeah, for sure. Anything else about this reunion? I want to know about the Kyle and Morgan stuff. It didn't. We didn't hear about it, so.
Of course, they're gonna make us wait to the second or the third.
It's crazy because on our Patreon, we are rewatching Real Housewives of New Jersey, and I'm watching season 1 New Jersey reunion, and what they do is they actually get right to it on the first episode, whereas in here we have to wait till episode 2 or 3, and I'm like, "That's so annoying for
Yeah,
reunion."
they like love dragging it out. Like, why wouldn't they?
Yeah, I know, that's true. But yeah, that's all I have for Beverly Hills. You?
No, that's all I had too.
Let's talk Miami.
Oh my God, Miami was really even hard to like write notes for because it was such a crazy
Yeah.
reunion. It was so all over the place, you guys. Like I literally, I like have a headache from watching it, but I like loved every second of it.
So the Miami reunion, it starts very hot with Marcus coming in for the
Well,
ladies
no,
saying
hold on 1 second. Let's do the Miami
Oh,
awards.
sorry, you're right,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Who'd you think? I mean, I think we kind of touched about this last time because you like you like loved all their looks, I guess. But who
Everyone
did you
loved their
think?
looks.
Yeah, who did you think looked the best?
I think Larsa actually looked amazing. Adriana is 58 years old, and, like, the way she looks is crazy, so
Yeah, that is true.
she did look really well. I liked Marisol's dress, but there was something about her hair and makeup I didn't like.
I actually thought she looked really good. I thought she like kind of
Okay.
like is starting to look. Maybe she removed some fillers. She's starting to look a little bit more
I
like
don't know.
natural than what we have seen. Not natural in any sense of like what people actually look like, but more natural for her. And I thought that she's kind of starting to look like a little bit more her age. And I thought it looked really. It made her actually look more youthful. I don't know. I really like Mirasol's look.
Kiki looked the best to me. Gertie looked amazing. Julia was probably the worst
Yeah, sh-
look.
she's the one that I think that tried way too hard. Like you did not land. I don't know what the heck you were wearing. It was not
Right.
you.
Yeah. I'm
But
not about
I and then same with and then underwhelming was just like Nicole, but she's pregnant, so we give her a pass.
the velvet dress is just not cute. It gives like Pretty Little Things, very cheap.
Yeah.
Does it not? It's very cheap. Like the velvet is very cheap to me. So yeah, but she's pregnant, so I get it. But still, like, even though she's pregnant, she still looks great. She could have found something. Even Lisa was underwhelming at the end of the day because Lisa's like me. We like look the same no matter what because we just do the same stuff. We don't
Yeah.
like ever do anything different. So Lisa just looked the same. And with what the theme was, I just felt like they weren't as loud as the other ladies.
Yeah.
Because the other ladies were overwhelmingly loud.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Gertie looked
Uh,
good too. Did you see that?
yeah, I did. Gertie
Oh,
looked
okay, yeah.
really good. I mean, Gertie to me last season, that was probably one of my favorite reunion looks. She looked so damn good last season's reunion.
Yeah, I remember that too.
I
Her
remember I was
hair
like,
and her
"Oh,
dress.
yeah." It's just everything, her body, everything. She looked so beautiful. She was glowing. But yeah, we did touch on this a little bit. You thought all their looks sucked, and I was like, "Chantal, everyone's going crazy over their looks."
Yeah, but when in person, like on pictures and then in video, it's like such a different thing. Like it just
Yeah,
like it's so different. But so I did appreciate some of their looks, but not all of theirs.
right. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to start now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, wow. Well, I was gonna say, so the Miami reunion, it started really hot with Marcus. He came in for the ladies. I didn't understand the Chantal. He said these women wouldn't be able to do dishes in our house. Why did I not understand this comment? What does that mean?
I didn't know that either.
Help us. What does that mean? They wouldn't be able to do dishes in our house. They wouldn't be able to wash dishes?
Like as in like they don't
Like
even
you
know
have
like
too
what they're
many
going
dishes?
through. No, like what no. Let's see. They
No, but
wouldn't be
like you wouldn't be able to do something as easy as this.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't know what the hell you meant. Why is Marcus at the Real Houses of Miami reunion? Why
And
is he the only man there? He's giving me Princess Gorka vibes.
yeah, and why is he the one that's only being mic'd? It's really weird.
Well, I mean, none of the other guys were there. He was the only
Oh.
man there. So it's like, why are you there? And why are you getting so hot and bothered? Like,
Everything he was like laughing was like a game to him.
yeah, like, "Princess, you want a spot on the show? Why are you here? You want to see?" That was just so weird to me. Does anyone else find that weird? Because I am very, very concerned on why he was here. I'm starting to think that he's really, like, into this fame stuff.
Yeah, maybe this is his first time he's finally getting more notoriety than his damn dad.
Yeah, his damn dad is a legend.
And I
Let's have
love
him
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, what?
Everyone watch that documentary. I swear it's so
I
good.
know. Uh, So Larsa,
Wait. Like, I love Michael Jordan. Everyone, the way that their panties got wet when they heard Michael Jordan's watching this show, they were
oh my
dying.
God.
The
Yeah.
goat.
And look how when he asked Larsa, what is Mike, does he watch the show? She's like, yeah, he told Marcus he does. Larsa has literally zero relationship with that. Has like
I
never seen
know.
him, has never talked to him, has never nothing. And I don't blame Michael Jordan for not wanting to talk to her, want nothing to do with her. It is very, very weird. It's like, son, what are you doing? What are you doing?
And it's funny because you know what they mentioned, like, like Larson making it seem like that's all they've talked about, and like everyone's like, no, we really haven't, and like we really haven't, addressed
Right.
it as a group because last reunion was so new, and like no one has actually addressed as a group that, like, do you think it is awkward? Do you think it's weird? Do you understand why people think it's weird? And it's like, thank God, finally, like, it's just now people can move on.
Yeah. Larsa saying that they found a ring she likes. It's just there's no way Larsa and Marcus are gonna last. There's just
Everyone
no
kept
way.
giving looks, like everyone's like, whoa, okay, like it just it feels like she's
'Cause it's
trying
like,
to.
okay, like
Yeah.
it's like I wanna tap on you and be like, "Yeah, Larsa, okay, whatever you say, whatever you say."
Yeah, it's almost feel like they're like you're going too fast and people are not believing you, and it's like almost like just relax and like let's see what
No, she
happens with
just
you guys.
doesn't want him to go to anyone else, like, lose interest, so she's like, "Yeah, we're looking for a ring, like, I wanna get married, I wanna" the separation anxiety, and it's like, if you are someone who has such strong separation anxiety, how are you living in a different state from your daughter who's in high school?
I know.
I'm sorry, guys, like, someone has
She
to
was
say
there
it.
though.
Who was there?
Her daughter Sophie.
What who Sophie was at the reunion?
Yeah.
I didn't see her.
They didn't show her, but they said her name.
Really?
She's like, Sophia, or do I look okay or something like that? And then I was like, oh, look at her daughter's there.
Like, they actually showed her daughter?
No, I just said they didn't show her, but she said her name as she was talking to her in the room.
I wonder. That's
Yeah.
interesting. But still, anyways, like, her daughter still lives in a different state, goes to a different high school. Um, Andy asks about Larsa saying that she has sex 5 times a day with Marcus and how her family feels, and she says she's done talking about it because it makes them uncomfortable, and Alexia basically says, "I don't blame your family for feeling that way," and Larsa insinuates Alexia's hating for not believing her, and Gertie says, "No one believes it, Larsa," and let me be clear here, you guys, literally not one person believes you that you're banging your man 5 times a day, period, and I don't think anyone is dry or wanting that.
No, she's such a liar, you guys. There's no way. And like the way she makes it seem like every night, and like, oh, it happened to be one more time than what you used to do with Scottie Pippen. Like, you're out of your mind.
Even her saying that with Scottie Pippen, where she said, "Oh, we had sex 4 times a day." First off, Scottie played basketball. He was constantly traveling. He was at practice, probably tired as hell. You're telling me that he wanted to have sex 4 times a day after all that?
No, that's why everyone went crazy last time, and now this time
Yeah.
it's like even another thing. It's like you now it's more of like an eye roll. You're just like, what?
And it's like embarrassing. I would be embarrassed as like the man that it's like, all right, you already said you had sex 4 times with your husband. Now you're doing it with me 5 times. This is weird.
I don't get what her whole like point is. Like, why do you have to put a number? Why can't you just say we're very sexual people?
Yeah.
And then
Just
people believe you. Yeah, there you guys go. You guys are. You don't have to say a number, and then that's what makes us all not believe you.
I'm so vanilla. So the thought of having sex 5 times a day. Especially just, like, where my life is at with jobs, kids, like, oh my
Even
god.
Kiki, who's like single, is like, there's no way. She just was like, I can
No,
understand one night, like a fun night, date, like, you're there,
totally.
but like, not every day.
Yeah, totally. I'm sure the first, like, month that they were dating, maybe they did that, but okay, girl.
Yeah.
Andy asks about the ladies poking fun of Larsa having a welcome party for Marcus after being away from each other for a few days. And Larsa says that she's most hurt about Kiki. Apparently, when Kiki said this party's unnecessary, Larsa's 50, doesn't need to be throwing this party. Larsa called her and made fun of the fact that she only has one is it Hermes bag?
Hermes.
Hermes and needs a
Hermes.
vibrator. And I just thought that was like Larsa's so vicious for that.
Yeah, and it's crazy how like right away you're gonna turn on Kiki, or you guys are looking like you guys are over each other when like Kiki was a good friend to you, and like I'm sure vice versa. So it's like why can't we just be a little bit nicer to each other?
Well, here's the thing. Larsa says, if you're my friend, you're not going to talk about my relationship. But didn't Larsa talk about Lisa Hochstein's relationship with Jody and question how Lisa was?
Yeah.
I feel like Larsa didn't have Lisa's back at all. So if you have these standards or these expectations as friends, I feel like you didn't have Lisa's back at all this season.
I think a lot of them like really do all have double standards, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
And like I think Gertie the most was like telling like Gertie was not stopping. She wanted to eviscerate Larsa.
I was not expecting the team up with Gertie and Alexia.
I know.
Wasn't that shocking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not expecting that, but I liked it.
Yeah, no, it was the way the couches was kind of weird, almost. I don't know why I feel like I've never seen that, but like it's usually like the OGs on one. I don't know the way the setup was, but it made sense for the season. It just felt weird.
Yeah. Kiki apologizes to Larsa, and Larsa kind of apologizes back to her. They bring up again Michael Jordan not supporting the relationship. Larsa's trying to make this thing not weird, but it's weird. And I'm so glad that Andy checked her and he was like, I would like to hear about this all day, every day. I think it's that interesting.
Yeah. And to deny that it's not that interesting is what's gonna piss people off and want to talk about it more.
Right.
We want to know. We want to know, like, how did he tell his dad? Like, what did he say? Like, what was the dynamics? Like, what did you think when you first started dating him? Did you not think it was weird? Like, what?
I would cry if that was my daughter and that was happening.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Andy asked Marisol about Julia accusing her being a shit stirrer, and Marisol says she was surprised until she wasn't because Adriana's in her ear. And then Adriana shows an Instagram DM from a random person saying, "Oh, Marisol messages people to attack you," but there's literally no proof of that. That's literally like me DMing you, Chantel, and saying, "Hey, this person does this," but I'm not sending you receipts. Adriana is too much.
Yeah, and this is what we always say about her. Like, I know we keep using the words like it didn't land. Like, she literally tries to get up and do these dramatic theatrical things, and you're just like waiting for it, and you just know it's not going to be good. So you're just like, sit back down, just sit back down.
Marisol wasn't having it with Adriana.
No, I wasn't having it with Adriana, and I never do.
I swear.
Todd, I still want her on the show, but like, it's not like that point,
sure, me
yeah.
too. Yeah, so they talk about Todd not coming to that party that Alexia hosted, which it is super weird. Apparently, Todd says the reason he didn't come to the party was because of Adriana, and Adriana says, well, it's part of her job to be around, and Alexia's like, well, yeah, but it's not part of your job to be the biggest bitch. And I am with Alexia here. But at the end of the day, Todd is triggered by this video he made. So that's literally why he didn't want to go because
I think they were like, okay, so what's the video? And then she's like, yeah, it is a video, but then it's another thing. And then Larsa's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm like, shut up, Larsa.
We all knew it was the video. He didn't. Everyone was like, okay, this video is like too much. And we all knew it was the video. And he's like, it's so crazy because he did not want them to ask about the video. And you could tell he was like not insecure. I don't know, offended. I don't know what the hell. He just felt like he didn't need to explain it to them. But what's crazy is when he got called out for his house, like, the fact that they're renting and why it doesn't make sense to buy it versus rent, he made another like 4-minute video about that. So it's like, if you got kind of embarrassed and you don't want to face people calling you out about this video, then why make another video months later?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was dying when Alexia called Adriana a victim, and she's like, I don't live my life like Adriana. And then Adriana jokes and says, well, because you're a star. And Alexia is like, yeah, and you should believe that about yourself too, and your life would be a lot better. And I was like, damn, because Alexia, she's a lot, but she owns who she is, and she's confident, and you have to love her for that. Like, she loves herself.
And I don't think, but I never felt like she's, to the point where it's too much, or she's always talking about herself. She's a very caring person. Like, she's not like this, self-centered, thinking she's amazing. Yeah, so it's like her saying she's a star is like, okay, cool. Like, good for you.
Well, Alexia's problem is she says things like, I never do this. I always, and you just, okay. And
or
that's
you guys
like
are all liars.
Yeah, exactly. That's a cultural thing. Like, that's our moms where they'll be like, they just literally don't think they do any wrong and that they're like a truth teller or whatever. So that's where Alexia is like, okay, Alexia, okay, whatever you say. But
you have the tapes to roll, girl.
Right. I can't with Adriana's poem.
Nope. Like, again, you guys, when she got up, I'm like, just sit down.
Like, what was
And,
the
like,
point of that?
I feel like no one actually was listening except Alexia, and Alexia's like, "Yeah, so you're calling me a star? Thank you." And I was like, "Oh, is that what she said?" Because I wasn't listening.
Yeah, there was just no point, and it's like, just what are you doing, dude? I feel like Adriana had someone on Instagram write that for her.
No, it's weird. And,
It
like,
is.
I feel it's just at this point, she needs to be full-time because why is she on the corner, and, like, why is she a friend of? I really don't understand
They
this.
all do. Kiki, Marisol, and her. It's the
I
weirdest
know, it's
thing.
really weird.
Yeah. Nicole reveals that Alexia had said when Lisa and Larsa were having an argument that Larsa called Alexia and said, "If you don't have my back, I'll call the press on you." I do believe Larsa would say something like this because she has such a close relationship with someone at TMZ. I don't know. She was insinuating drugs, and in the back, Marcus is watching, getting all heated in the back. It was very scary. But I don't know. What did you think about that?
I can see her doing that, honestly. But
Yeah.
then it was weird that, like, right after, Alexia goes to her room. So it's like, okay,
It was so awkward. Alexia
yes,
was
it's
like,
like,
"Yeah, Larsa, you did say that." And I
yes, but
believe
it's like, why?
Alexia.
Yeah, but it's like, what? So, like, why are you trying to be really nice right now? Like, are you okay with it? Like, is it just you just want to make sure that she's not mad at you? It was all very awkward.
Yeah, I think so. Well, Nicole's the one who brought it up, and Alexia's like, "You did say that. You did bring it up." And then they cut to break, and all of a sudden, Alexia walks into Larsa's room. It was the most uncomfortable thing. She's like, "Oh, yeah, I like that without the shawl or whatever it
Yeah.
is. I like it." And I was like, what is happening right here? It was so awkward. And then they start fighting about who lies more. And Andy is like, "Oh, I hear them fighting." And it was a lot. It was a lot. I just thought it was weird that Alexia had the balls to do that, though.
Oh my God, I was like, why is she in this room?
Yeah, that was
Especially with
a
knowing Marcus is there and he's like piping up.
yeah, exactly. Why is Princess Gorka there? This is so weird. This is so
Now
weird
I'm
to
really
me.
curious to see how he's gonna be on the Peacock reunion. He like
Oh
left
my
after like 3
gosh.
episodes. He's
Yeah.
probably gonna talk the most.
I swear he's literally gonna be the star of it. Just wait for traitors.
Wait, can I just say something? Because I just saw it pop up in our feed.
Yeah.
So Teddy, boring Teddy over there, she basically comes out and says that the reason that Dorit released those text messages was was her Hail Mary to stay on the show. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I saw that. That is wild.
Dorit, you're not. I mean, Teddy, you're not even on the show still because like that's how much no one liked you. So stop talking.
Yeah. That was a lot of people are really upset about Dorit doing that.
But why? I don't think there was anything wrong with it. She didn't say that much, and I really think it was, Kyle being manipulative, and she should call it out. Why would if all of a sudden Dorit didn't say anything at the reunion? It's
Right.
gonna be weird. She should say it. What does she have to
Yeah.
lose? They're not friends right now. They haven't talked,
So true.
and it's not like anything. She's just literally saying like, "Why did you do that? What do you want from me?"
Word. I agree.
I
But
love when people spill the tea like that.
me too. So yeah, that was the reunions. What'd you feel about both of them? Good?
Love them. Yeah, love them.
Yeah. I love reunions. Like, you can't go wrong with
No,
reunions no
screw
matter
those.
what.
I really you can because sometimes like we're watching the same thing on the season. And it's hard to even talk about. But like both of these reunions, they were pulling things out from like what has been happening. Like you said this recently, you did this. Like half these things we had no idea what the hell they're talking about.
Right. So
Like
true.
this drug things, text messages, this. You said this. Like it was like, oh, okay,
Yeah, a lot happens behind the scenes.
yeah. So you're just like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's all we have for today's episode. We hope you guys enjoyed our reunion recaps. If you haven't listened to our Dan Giesling interview, please go back and listen to it. Join us on Patreon if you aren't on our Patreon.
Subscribe to this.
Yes, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for all your continued support. We love you guys. Bye,
Thank
guys.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Hey everyone, it's Chris Frangiola, and I'm the host of your new favorite podcast, Cover to Cover. Each week on Cover to Cover, I scour the world's newspapers to bring you the craziest stories in fashion, music, pop culture, food, you name it, we give you the comedy angle on all of it. If this sounds up your alley, listen to Cover on the iHeart app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.